This is Sports 1440 and the all-new Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Just after 11 o'clock, good morning. Thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on Sports 1440, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. I would take it a step further and say the world's best beef jerky, but Alberta's best beef jerky. Online, wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Go check him out as Donovan works his way through a little bit of a snack. He's been here since 6 a.m. and he left at 11 p.m. last night. So give him a break. The text line is 1-833-401-1440. You can email me, specifically Connor at sports1440.ca. Donovan's here. Josh is here. Sam is here. We're all here having a good time. It'll be a great day here on Sports 1440. Low tide coming up noon to 2. And then you got Gregor from 2 till 6. Then all night long, Fox Sports Radio, which comes in clutch when you're driving around town and you want some local sports talk radio. Lots to get to on the show today. Of course, we can take a look at your NFL squads as week 10 of the season right around the corner. We've got action tomorrow night. And I know you guys have questions about your lineups, which we can always try to help out with. I'm looking forward to this weekend. You know, a few new names in new places. The Colts bring in Sauce Gardner. Got a couple of receivers changing places. Jacoby Myers goes to the Jags. How does that impact BTJ? How does that help out Trevor Lawrence, who I really still to this day have no idea what he is? Rashid Shaheed, he's heading to Seattle, which I love. Can't wait to see what number he wears. Got to move on from that number 22. But after that, I think it'll be all right. You've got Thursday night football kicking off tomorrow. Broncos, Raiders, clash of these AFC West rivals, which I think we know how that game's going to go. Probably not the way the last couple of division rivals went on Thursday Night Football, where we got upsets. I don't foresee that happening with the Broncos hosting the Raiders. Donovan Paulson is here. Your mic will be turned on momentarily, I think. Producer Sam's probably like, I don't know if I want to turn this guy's mic on. He's got donuts. He's got headphone issues. You don't need the headphones today, I suppose. But
no, I don't. But
I thought you were going to put that donut back in 2 minutes.
I'm a slow eater.
Okay, well.
And I like to, especially when it's a donut, I like to savor it and enjoy my donut.
Yeah.
Considering that this is the first thing I've eaten today. Yeah, it's, it's a damn good donut. We love them. Not going to say them, but we love them. No free plugs. We don't do that.
I was going to jump over top of you there.
No.
Not redacted. Yeah. No,
Redacted's donuts.
We is, former hockey player makes good donuts, especially if you haven't eaten in 5 hours. You're probably ready to get going with that one. Oilers in action last night. Man, another game where they have a lead and they aren't able to maintain it. They fall to the Dallas Stars in shootout. Leon Draisaitl with 2 amazing goals that kind of mean nothing. I mean, the goal he scores from essentially the goal line. Not too many players in the NHL doing that right now. And then he pulls, do we call it the Forsberg?
Yeah.
That's the official term we're going for. The Forsberg in this shootout. Sportsnet decided to give us the worst camera angle possible for that goal, which was too bad. But beautiful goal. All for naught. The Oilers lose 4-3 to the Dallas Stars. Their next game will be on the 8th. That's Saturday. Off till Saturday when they take on the Colorado Avalanche, who, in case you missed it, pretty damn good. 8-1-5 on the season. They beat the Lightning last night, I do believe. So that'll be a very tough matchup. Hockey night in Canada. Late game for the Oilers. Maybe that helps them. Maybe a little bit of run and gun hockey can get the guys going. But Donovan, last night, another disappointing performance for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah. Every day this week feels like Groundhog Day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day feels the same because we're coming in with, another disappointing performance from the Oilers. This one felt a little bit more like a hockey game to me, though. Like they felt like they wanted to be there. Whereas I'd say in St. Louis, at times they didn't feel like they were engaged or didn't want to be there. So I'd say some steps in the right direction, But at the same time, man, are they just disappointing. That bottom six last night, not to harp on them too much. So we did a lot, especially like they just need to do more. And I want to see Trent Frederick's been ramping up the physicality a little bit. He had 5 hits last night, had 6 the other night in St. Louis. The physicality's there, but I want to see him get in a guy's face a little bit more. I don't care how, but I want to see that happen. And the guy for me that I'm just, and he's going to sound like my whipping boy, but man, Noah Philp, like just, you're huge. You are a guy who's on the 4th line playing just over 6 minutes last night. If you want the NHL gig, if you want the job, it's time to recognize it. Because you don't penalty kill. You're just a 4th line center who only plays at 5-on-5, isn't physical at all, and is leaving the question of, okay, you can play you're an okay player 5-on-5, but what else do you do for me? And those guys, for them, it's really hard to stay in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
That's a guy for me where I want to see him take another step in his game and develop some kind of physicality at the very least, or a penalty kill role.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? Like, tough to just add that element to your game. We've seen that before. I remember, there's a few guys you could go for that. We saw a lot of flybys, but going back to like Tyler Pitlick, I remember thinking, like, man, if he could just do that consistently, be a physical presence, he's got a spot in the NHL. If you're Noah Philp, it's not your game. I mean, he's been a skill player, right? 26 goals in the dub. Even last year, the Condors, last 2 years, the 19-goal guy. But you have to recognize the opportunity you have here to play in the NHL with the Oilers. You have to have that in your game. 6'3", 200 pounds. Throw a hit. Be a little nasty every once in a while. Add that element to your game. Like, and I know you hate Trevor Zegras, but I like seeing him get a little greasy. He's a skill guy, but he's getting a little bit greasy, doing those types of things. People might hate it. That's good. Your opponent is supposed to hate you. So take advantage of it and do those types of things. And then any offense you do chip in, great. And you can work your way up. Like, was it Alec Burrows with the Vancouver Canucks?
Alec Burrows, yeah.
Greasy guy, eventually played with the Sedins. Brad Marchand, greasy guy, worked his way up. You're not going to be gifted a spot in the Oilers' top 6, maybe not in the top 9. But if you play your role well at the bottom, you're going to get opportunities. And 27 years old, there's going to be a time, and it's probably sooner than later, where there's going to be someone younger, faster, bigger, who can take that job.
And don't take this as I hate Noah Philp. Noah Philp is quick. I like a lot of the parts of Noah Philp's game when it comes to his open ice play.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as we're getting to the harder areas, he leaves me wanting substantially more. And I think that's a fair thing to say based on a guy with his stature, with his body type, with his role on this team. If you don't penalty kill as the bottom sixer on this team, your minutes are going to be limited. And if you're going to have limited minutes, you need to make an impact in those minutes. And it's really hard to make that impact with 6 minutes if you're not playing physical. And like the same thing sort of goes for Tomasic. Now, I have a little bit more of a gripe with how he was used. And I thought Schlemmer brought up some excellent points on Karius' show this morning in regards to he got started out in that elevated role, and then his minutes have slowly decreased, and he's lost more and more and more confidence. And I don't think that was necessarily the most fair usage from Chris Knobloch. So him, I'm going to give a little bit of a break to, because playing 6 minutes as a guy who's never been used to that's hard.
Yeah.
But for Philp, I want to see a lot more.
Tomasic's 29.
Also that.
Like, he's not a 21-year-old rookie there, treat. Like, I feel like he knew this coming over, like this could happen. He was granted a pretty good opportunity to play on a power play with the Oilers.
He also generated a ton on the power play.
Yeah.
He was their net front man. He couldn't bury it. And as soon as he continued to show that he wasn't burying it, Chris Knobloch panicked for me and went away from him. Whereas usually the coach will say, right, I think we would both agree on this. If you're continuing to generate opportunities, usually it's going to come. And when it comes, it usually comes in bunches. He noticed that his team wasn't scoring and went away from him. Is that the wrong call? I'm not going to say it is or isn't, but personally, I don't love that.
I think for him, if that's Zach Hyman, you're like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, keep going, grinding it out. Maybe just the opportunity, like, okay, well, I can try other pieces here. Hyman's going to be back early November. Like early on, we wouldn't have known exactly when, but maybe that could have been the reason. But I do agree with you. If you're getting the opportunities, eventually they're going to start to go in. He just doesn't have that NHL track record of doing so.
Yeah, and that's where it's been a tough sledding for him. The other things for me last night is just, again, Evan Bouchard. It wasn't his worst game, but that Rantanen goal, he is on the wrong side.
In front of the net.
In front of the net. He goes to the wrong side, goes to Matthias Ekholm's side.
Power play goal? That was after Rantanen drew the penalty on Draisaitl?
Yeah, but like he's on the wrong side, and then Rantanen's in the slot, and Rantanen is shooting the puck, and Evan Bouchard moves away, out of the way, and flinches. You're an NHL defenseman. Sometimes you got to eat the puck. I know sometimes you're going to be in the lane and you're going to be a screen. Maybe he was worried about that. But it's been a couple games in a row now where he's been flinching and it looks like he doesn't want to get hit with the puck. I'm not saying he's scared. I'm not saying that. But this looks like a guy who has zero confidence right now. Simply zero. And you can go back and watch the replay yourself. There is a very distinct flinching motion. There's a very distinct getting out of the way. That's one where I want to see him go and eat that. Personally, just knowing the shooter that's coming down on you in the slot, knowing all that's just happened in that play. I personally want to go and see him eat that puck. I know you're Evan Bouchard. You make $10.5 million. You're a defenseman. You got to eat it sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I can't disagree with you. You're a defenseman. First priority's got to be defense, especially when it's Mikko Rantanen coming down on you. I did like the little exchange between he and Draisaitl on the penalty. Or Draisaitl, I'm like, come on, man. Like, you're 6'4", 220. You're going down like that. Some text rolling in here to 1-833-401-1440. Northside Lee says, Krispy Kreme played hockey? No. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know Krispy Kreme myself. Michelle had said, I am not a sports bettor, but if I was, I'd be so furious with the Oilers who have blown so many leads. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you had Oilers like puck line at the end of 20 minutes, you're like, okay, things are going well. As a fan, I can't understand how they break down so badly to negate all their effort to get ahead. Yeah. Well, and then I guess, hey, if you're a sports bettor and the Oilers are up by 2, that's when you live bet them to lose. Because, hey, they've had a track record of doing so.
3 of their last 4.
Need more from 2 guys that should be playing with the Condors, Savoy and Howard. I don't think that's from Trev. I don't think Savoy should be playing with the Condors. I think he's okay in Edmonton, but Howard, I would agree with. And I think with whenever it is for Hyman returning, I think Howard's the guy that's got to go down and play 20 minutes, play on the power play.
It's not fair. He's a talented player. He's playing 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not his fault. But yeah, he does need to go back down. And for what it's worth, I think he started to establish himself a little bit more, Howard. And I think he started to look better and better and more comfortable. But when the coach is playing you 8 minutes and you are a skill guy, it's time to just go back down, get your confidence back, get a little bit of, get the massive ice time, get the PP unit. Get
in the PK too.
Yeah, right.
It's avoided.
Do it's avoided.
You come see AHL All-Star.
As for Matt Savoy, the game looks to be moving a little quick for him at times. And what I mean by that is sometimes he doesn't recognize how quick guys are closing on him right now, and he winds up turning the puck over. And I feel like that's the biggest problem in his game right now. Other than that, like, I don't think there's a ton to complain about Matt Savoy. I think that's just a rookie in the NHL making some rookie mistakes. He'll be fine. He PKs on this team. He'll always get minutes. I want to see more from him, but I'm willing to be patient because I think there is something there.
Yeah. And that mean you're going to have to move one, I would assume,
down
when Hyman comes back. Yeah. To me, it's kind of an easier decision. And I guess for me, I just say the leash is a little longer with Savoy because you do have him on the PK Draisaitl, McDavid last night, each playing over 2.5 minutes on the PK. Giving it all they had. Nice to see McDavid get the goal off the rush. Would love to see a little more of that. Hit the post as well. So hopefully the shooter's mentality is there a little. But too little too late for the Edmonton Oilers when it counted. Let's hop into the inbox a little more here. Brian says Oilers aren't work. They are skill. Hard to disagree. I don't like who on this Oilers team right now are you like, oh man, this guy is going to go to work in the corners. Like without Zach Hyman, I don't think you're scared of anyone on the Oilers right now. For skill, yes, McDavid and Draisaitl have unbelievable skill, but who's going to make you earn it? Without a guy like Corey Perry, Vander Kane, like Connor Brown, I just think they lost a lot in terms of physicality, and then also guys in the room who will say something. Or Gregor brings it up a lot. Like, is there a team in the NHL that hates to score more than the Oilers? Like, they score and they're just like, cool. Like, where's the celebration? Got to do something to try to change the juju of this team.
I completely agree on all those points. You look at them right now, and is there a team with arguably worse vibes in the NHL right now?
No. Well, probably.
But I mean, like in terms of a team that they just don't look like they have any fun. Like, look at the Toronto Blue Jays. Look what they just did. They basically just went to the World Series on the power of friendship. It's a little more complicated than that. But you look at the attitude, you look at the positivity, you look at everything that came out. Even when they were losing, they were still having fun. They were still, at the end of the day, you're playing a kid's game. You're getting paid to go out there and play a sport. There is no better job in the world than that. I don't care what anybody says. Have a little bit of fun. And I know that they lost. Like Connor Brown, for me, was the big loss that made me go, I would have kept them.
Yeah.
I don't care what his salary was. Connor Brown, nobody, for me, there's very few guys that have a better stick in the NHL. He's relentless. I love his stick.
He hid in the closet for like 20 minutes. That was a good bit.
That was a good bit. And he had some energy to him. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Connor Brown was the type of teammate that makes you have fun. The Oilers look like they have a team that is just mopey. They don't have any good vibes in their room right now. That was the first time last night when Connor McDavid scored. That was the first time I've seen him smile all season. It was like, smile.
Them and the Panthers, man.
The Panthers look.
The Panthers are hurt, but
that's not their fault.
6-6-1.
And they at least look like they have some fun sometimes.
Not on the road though. 1-5 on the road this year. They need more Dairy Queen is what they need.
But even like Brad Marchand's a guy in the room where he's gonna have some fun. He's gonna play some pranks on you, whatever. But my God, the Oilers right now, it's just somebody needs to. I don't know if like it's a little bit to ask a guy to go outside of being himself and do something pranky. Like I don't feel like they have that guy in the room right now. But maybe just play a prank. Maybe make someone laugh. Is that too much to ask for right now?
But just no clowns in the room.
There's no life.
Can't ask an unfunny guy to be funny. Trust me. It's not going to be funny. But no, there has to be something. Like, go out. Maybe next time you're on the road, like, just go have a good time. It's just a game.
It's just a kid's game. You're at game. You just played game 15 of your 82-game season. You don't need to be serious right from the beginning of the season. I get you're a serious team and you've got aspirations of winning the Stanley Cup. But it doesn't start. It does, but it doesn't. Like, you have runway.
Mm-hmm.
Starting 2-9-1 showed, and then going to the Stanley Cup final showed you have a little bit of runway. You have some runway to have a little bit of fun. You don't need to be allergic to fun.
Wow.
They're hard to watch right now.
They're going to rattle off 8 in a row and we're going to be like, all right. And then we're going to see the smiles. Winning is fun. But do the little things that lead to it.
Yeah.
We've seen them do it.
We have, but they lost.
Consistently.
They lost all those guys. Those characters in their room. And Perry, I know people are going to point at Evander Kane. I'm sorry, I'm out respectfully on the character in the room thing with Evander Kane. We've heard enough about some, questionable moments.
I've heard the thing like practice maybe wasn't the biggest concern. I understood the decision to move on from Evander Kane. I didn't like it. Because love him or hate him, he might throw that punch that engages a Noah Philp. He might throw that punch or throw that hit that gets Evan Bouchard to have to jump into a scrum. He might drag players into battle. So you have to, are there some downsides? Allegedly. But I also think, there's games at, a Tuesday in October or November where Evander Kane is must watch because he's out there running around.
You're right, and I would agree. Evander Kane has an impact on the ice, no question. And Evander Kane will drag you into a fight. But when you're choosing, for me, it didn't necessarily come down to this, but when you're choosing between Evander Kane or a guy like Corey Perry, you know that Corey Perry is the damn good teammate. You know that Corey Perry is always going to have his guys back. You know that Evander Kane is more selfish. Right. And I think that spoke
allegedly.
I think that was an on ice factor as well. You watch some of his penalties during the playoffs, and we know that Corey Perry went and screamed at him because of his selfish penalties. Evander Kane was a selfish hockey player and a selfish person. So, Evander Kane, big loss the player. But when it comes down to the guys in the room, I think they need that Connor Brown, that Corey Perry back. Those are the two that they are missing.
Well, you need one.
Or one.
That's the thing. You said between those two. Well, that's fine if you get one of them, but they don't have any of them. And nobody else has filled that void yet. So that's, to me, is kind of the big concern there. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get to your text, 1-833-401-1440. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantor, proudly delivering world-class hydraulic torque wrenches in Canada since 2016. I'm thrilled to announce our in-house production of tool components and accessories for faster turnarounds and enhanced versatility. The future is here at Cantor.com.
Bringing every project to life requires the right team. By joining the Japa Machinery Group service or sales teams, you can be part of setting a new industry standard. Celebrating a legacy of excellence with Japa. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
An electrical solar team is now making a play for sustainability and savings. They're specialists in powering up for a greener future.
That's the strategy, designing and installing high-efficiency solar panels. They're helping homes and businesses combat rising utility costs by harnessing the power of the sun.
A smart move for efficiency and the environment. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
It's a new season, Edmonton, which means it's time for new offers. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners can get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense. PlayAlberta.ca.
Michelle and Colette are sisters. Sisters who don't agree on much, especially when it comes to which hockey team is the best.
Edmonton is the best, baby. Vancouver's number one.
Even when it comes to meat snacks from Wilhawks.
I love the Harris Schwiener. The ham sausage rules.
But they will agree
Wilhauk beef jerky is the best.
It might just be the only thing Alberta hockey fans can agree on.
Others can try to imitate, but no one can duplicate Wilhauk beef jerky. Only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win friends with salad.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Strudling. How would you like to join me and the superstars of hockey on an exotic holiday? Join us on a 7-night cruise through the Mexican Riviera, leaving from Los Angeles and including Cabo, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and more. While we relax and cruise the tropical waters, you can attend an intimate meet and greet with legends like Bill Ranford, Fernando Pisani, Kelly Buckberger, Ron Lowe, Gene Principe, Jack Michaels, Louis DeBrusque, and more. There's still time to get in on every hockey fan's dream cruise. Book now and save $500 per couple. The Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise. Price start at just $23.99. Part of the proceeds support the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer.
Visit cast.tours/Edmonton. Call 1-833-347-7678. Call now to book and save $500 per cabin when you mention promo code Stingray Radio. That's cast.tours, 1-833-347-7678.
Increase your lean muscle mass and fight age-related energy decline with Regenerlife Creatine. This high-quality third-party tested supplement helps replenish your body's energy stores to support your resistance training. Find it at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of every month.
I'm Rick Showers from Noble RV, and I know a lot about how RVs work. I post videos on Facebook every week showing the weak points and how failures can occur. But even I don't winterize my own RV.
What are you saying, Rick? You don't think you could do it?
Oh, sure, Bob, I could do it, but I couldn't do it at a professional level. When you expect your RV to survive the harsh northern Alberta winter, this is no place for hobbyists. And I don't service used RVs all day, every day. Instead, I hired people smarter than me to do that sort of work. That's the team that winterizes my trailer, the same team that'll winterize yours.
Your RV service team works 12 months of the year repairing and maintaining used RVs.
That's right, Bob. If you want your RV working right in the spring, the real work happens now, in the fall. Our winterization packages start at just $99, and that includes a full report in writing. No surprises, just the great outdoors waiting for you when the last of the snow melts.
And that's Noble.
NobleRV.ca.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:27. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Go check them out. Only available in Leduc. You can talk to Trent, ask him what are his thoughts on Quinnen Williams going to the Cowboys. Big Cowboys fan. I love it. I don't necessarily love moving on from Micah Parsons, but I love getting Quinnen Williams. That guy can play. Can play on my team any day of the week. You can reach us 1-833-401-1440. Right now, we'll go into the inbox for elksnation.ca. 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger breaking down the green and gold. They'll stay busy this offseason. You'll have free agency. Kyle and Julian Grant back for another season. You'll have the draft, and they'll talk to alumni, current players. It'll be a lot of fun with Elks Nation. Also, check out the articles, elksnation.ca. Old Stony Eagle says, morning, guys. If you watch close on the replay of the Blues' third goal, Bouchard's back checks away from the net and his cheek check when he sees Parayko start to shoot. Then freezes when Parayko takes the shot. His play so far has been the biggest proponent in costing team 8 points. He really needs to be benched and send a message. I don't think they'll I could a couple shifts, I could see it. I just don't see any way they sit him out for an entire game. I said to Gregor yesterday, if you want to try to get through to him, I would take him off PP1. This is your bread and butter. Guess what? Jake Wallman, take that spot for a little while. Let's see what happens here. You got to find a way. There's got to be some sacrifice in your game. Like you said, eating a puck or two, being a little physical. You got to do those sorts of things. We know he can do it. That's what makes it more frustrating. And I think that's why people are so hard on him. You see him in the playoffs, elevate his game. Why not make that the standard? And if you do that and you have a blunder once every couple games, I think, okay, yeah, hey, it's not the biggest deal, but it's happening way too consistent. I mean, to me, that's the worst thing. I can handle the occasional Bouchard blunder. I can handle it from any player. They're not perfect. But when it perpetually ends up in the back of your net at crucial moments, got to find a way got to change something. You got to change something.
Yeah, and you don't need to look really any further than this wouldn't be necessarily everything, but if you look at the NHL pairings, being on any sort of analytically driven site, and you look at the goals against category at 5-on-5, and you look at the Ekholm and Bouchard pairing, you will notice they are last in goals against in the NHL. And that is largely due to Evan Bouchard's, poor play. He's just struggling at everything defensively right now. And I think it's a lot of confidence right now. I think it's a lot of a player who maybe doesn't always have the urgency that he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a lack of awareness. And this has been my thing with Evan Bouchard for the beginning of time. He just needs to show a little bit more urgency. He needs to develop the sense of danger that can be coming towards him at times. Because it's very clear that sometimes he doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And you can talk about the Puya Suter play, where Parayko shoots it. Puya Suter, he doesn't tie him up in front of the net. He just kind of lets him go. He backs off, doesn't even really make an effort. Like, that's a play where it's lack of awareness. It is lack of urgency. I don't know how he figures it out, but he needs to. And he's a great playoff player. But at some point, why can't your playoff mentality be the same as your regular season mentality? You see every other player on this team do it.
Or like 80% of it. You
don't got to be Nick Lidstrom.
Yeah.
But just bring 75% of what you bring in the playoffs. It can't be that hard. I'm not an NHL player, but it can't be that hard to get up for a game. You're playing in the NHL. You're making 10.5 sheets. Get up for the game.
Well, and have some pride for yourself.
Elevate.
Be sick of being plastered on the big screen after you allow a goal. The Sportsnet camera's going right to your face. Do it for your teammates.
There's a reason he's the whipping boy right now. There's a reason. He's been awful. And I get he's had some decent games, but as a pairing, him and Matisse Ekholm, 3 goals for, 11 against in 15 games. That's awful. Awful at 5-on-5. I want to see him show a little bit of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just something. Show me a sign that you care. And I know he cares. But it sure doesn't look like it right now.
No, Fred said, what about Nuge bailing on the PK and not blocking the shot that led to Rantanen's first goal? Just go take a quick look at that one. But I could say it's a problem. It's not just a one-person problem. Okay, so Rantanen's first goal. I got it right up here as my computer slowly loads. Yeah, he kind of shifts to the right. He doesn't get big in the shooting lane. He definitely gets skinny to the side, and the puck does eventually lead to Rantanen. So it's not a direct reason for the goal, but it led up to it. I guess you probably could have played it better.
A lot of guys could play a lot better right now.
The thing is, you can do that on every goal, every play. What if he makes a play at the red line? It doesn't get into your, how far back do you want to go?
You can nitpick to infinity with this team right now. They are not playing well enough. I mean, just plain as day. You can, to a man, there hasn't been many Oilers where I've gone, you know what? You've had a pretty damn good season so far. The guy is, for me, probably Vasily Podkolzin.
You know what you're going to get from him.
He's been solid. He has made very few mistakes. He has obviously chips in with the goal last night.
4 hits.
Vasily Podkolzin, as odd as it might sound, may be currently the most consistent Oilers so far this year. And I know some people are going to scream at me, what about Leon Draisaitl? He's been great on the power play. He hasn't been amazing at 5-on-5. He's had his moments, for sure. Leads the team in 5-on-5 points, but I mean, to this point, it's not that much to be proud of.
Let's take an NFL question here. Darren says, hey guys, full PPR. Which running backs are you playing? Tracy, Harvey, Stevenson, Hubbard. I guess I would say I don't love these options. Tracy being back is nice. He gets Chicago, who obviously just gave up a ton of points last week. Could get involved in the passing game as well, potentially. RJ Harvey's playing Vegas tomorrow night, but is J.K. Dobbins okay? I mean, that worries me. Dobbins, I think, is going to get the bulk of the carries in that one. The other one was Stevenson.
Yeah.
When you got Trayvon Henderson in New England. I don't love these options.
I was just going to say.
And then you got Chuba Hubbard splitting carries with.
Not even splitting.
Rico Dowdle.
Chuba had 5 carries last game. Rico had 21? Or did he have 25? I don't remember. But he had in the 20s. Chuba had 5. I know because I own both of them.
You're watching them tightly.
I am watching them closely because they are the am I screwed or am I in decent shape in terms of my RB2?
I feel like those are tough ones. I go Tracy for sure, and then I don't think I go Chuba.
With what he showed last week, I don't think you can go Chuba.
Like, I'd hang on to him. You never know. Injuries happen.
As crazy as it might seem, I might go Harvey. I don't like any of the. I might go Harvey Tracy.
Yeah. Harvey, I mean, he had the big run 2 weeks ago. Like, I'd probably go that route.
He looks like he has juice. J.K. Dobbins, you figured that his role would come back down a little bit and you figured Harvey would expand his role a little bit. That's usually how it goes with rookies. So I'd go Harvey. He looks pretty good right now.
Yeah.
And then the second option is just, flip a coin. Almost.
Yeah.
But I'd go Tracy.
It's Tracy for me for sure. And then I debated and I probably end up on Harvey as well. No name on this one says, I think the coach has lost his mind on Phillips. He's got to play Phillips. He's got to use those guys. You can't do this. He's done this once to Phillips. He did it to Broberg. He did it to Holloway, and they left. And he better get his act together before they leave again. Well, I don't think Noah Phillips has the upside of a Broberg or a Holloway, not a first-round pick. He's 27. They were 21, 22. I don't think he's going to get an offer sheet in any of that fashion. I don't think he's a top 6 player. If they lose him, I don't think they're going to be overly concerned. I don't think he's a part of their long-term plan. Personally, I wouldn't necessarily agree.
Yeah, no, not even remotely similar situations. If you were to say this with Matt Savoy and Ike Howard, I would say, you know what? You've got a decent little point right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not exactly getting the prime minutes. They're not, Ike Howard's playing 8 minutes a night, which for a super talented Hobie Baker winning forward, it's not good enough. It's
his first year pro.
It's his first year pro.
I don't think he should be in the NHL.
I don't either. But with Savoy, you've seen him go up the lineup a little bit here and there. He's had some opportunity, but also hasn't to me at the same time, not enough. And this was in the juggling lines phase. So he didn't really get the chance to create any chemistry. If it was Savoy, I'd agree. With Noah Philp, he's just got to cement himself as an NHL player, period. Because I'm still not sold that he is one. To me, what he looks like right now is in baseball, they have the quadruple A player, where it is a guy who's too good for the minors, but he's not good enough for the major league.
Mm-hmm.
Noah Philp, I know what the stat sheet says. I know he says he's got 2 goals. But there's a reason he's playing 6 minutes and 30 seconds a night. He did last night.
No, you said Roslovic has been awesome. What game are you watching?
Yeah, nobody said Roslovic hasn't been awesome.
I don't think we touched on him at all.
We haven't. Roslovic was awesome.
Yeah. Had a lot of shots last night.
Roslovic has been, but
he's gotten better every game.
It took him a while.
No training camp. Yeah.
It took him a little bit with no training camp, and that's why I said Vasily Podkolzin's been their most consistent player, because Podkolzin's been good since puck drop. Roslovic was just no training camp. Last 6 games, Jack Roslovic has been awesome.
Yeah.
And the reason for me he's standing out so much is he's fast and he isn't afraid to get into a gritty scenario. You watch that goal, he's fending off Thomas Harley. He's got the one hand on him. He's got the one hand on his stick. It's a great play.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about sometimes making a physical play. And he made the physical play. The Oilers scored a goal last night. Jack Roslovic, if I was to rank Oilers currently in terms of level of consistent play, Vasily Podkolzin, Jack Roslovic.
Yeah. See how everyone's going to say you want to see it throughout the entirety of the season,
Of course.
but for sure, yeah, I've got no issue with his game at all. Maybe another one here just saying he's been consistent. No name there. We'd love to get your name, but said Roslovic's been good, consistent. Yeah, he's another guy who has been consistent. To be fair. Hey, guys. Anybody bringing up Nuge magnetized by the puck and letting Heiskanen start 10 to 15 feet behind him and skate by him and score the tying goal? Nuge is like Teflon. He consistently misses tying up an open man, and no one seems to care. Either coaching is a major problem, or our players are so selfish or not very intelligent. So painful to watch. Connor does the same thing. Leon's shifts are way too long. Maybe we need Tortorella in here to wake these guys up. From Gyro. In terms of pure entertainment value, that would be something. But they just gave their coach an extension. Nothing much going to happen there. It's going to be Chris Knobloch's team for sure. Patrick Texton says, I think Tyson Barrie was a guy that was always well liked and kept cracking jokes, keeping it light. They need more guys like that. I'm with you, Patrick. I don't know who that guy is, or maybe that guy is there, but young or new or quiet. But I think it just seems like it's a little bit tense there. And even when they're winning, it feels tense. Playbook Vic says, Fantasy Frenzy trade processing question. I'll handle this one off air potentially. If the trade happens, then I think it's 2 days. So if your team, I don't, just for Playbook Vic, if it hasn't gone through yet, like I think Thursday players would be ineligible, as that'd be Ashton or Genty, who would be the problem in this one for you. I don't think you get a chance to play him this week. Scalding Gord says, practice. I'm Evander Kane. You're asking me about practice? Allen Iverson?
Yeah.
Good morning, boys. This is not a new conversation about Bouchard. This is something he does all the time, just not to this extent that he is this year. So when we're shocked, we shouldn't be. We should be disappointed that it's getting worse and not better. The price tag that goes along with it is another problem. No one's going to let that go. People still are mad about Darnell Nurse's contract, but then still want Stuart Skinner to play like a $10 million goalie. Yeah, it's you know what? Honestly, if you had to set the over-under, how many games do we have left? 68 or something? 67?
I'm not good at math.
So let's say 65, round number. If you were setting the over-under for days we come in here and talk about Evan Bouchard, man, like for this team to turn it around, we got to get that number down to like 20. Like it can't be every day because he's counted on too heavily in crucial situations. And if he's making those mistakes, more times than not, it's going to be game-changing plays.
Has been to this point. Listen, I'm sure he'll be better at some point this season. But for right now, you need him to turn it around. And you better hope it's about 25 games where he's like, you got time. You got plenty of time if you're the Oilers, but you better hope that it's, he figures it out quick, because if we have to do about 30 more of these shows where it's like Evan Bouchard has continued to be bad, Evan Bouchard's continuing to make these defensive mistakes, it's going to be a long season.
I'm with you. We'll take a break. When we come back, more text 1-833-414-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. It's not lost on me that this radio ad competes with a lot of other dealerships on the air. So what sets us apart? Honesty. At Northgate, we believe in giving you the very best price we can with the most value possible. We aren't giving away free trips or paying off your credit cards, but it is my promise you will get exactly what you paid for every time. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
Increase your lean muscle mass and fight age-related energy decline with Regenerlife Creatine. This high-quality third-party tested supplement helps replenish your body's energy stores to support your resistance training. Find it at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of every month.
Edmonton's only 24-hour-a-day sports radio station can be heard anytime, anywhere. Sports 1440 is streaming on your phone, your tablet, your computer. Download an app today and listen to Sports 1440.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Legacy Heating and Cooling jingle auditions take one for Gene Principe. Are you ready, Gene?
Ready? I'm not just here to make a thermo a couple of bucks. I'd never just microphone it in.
Take one.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Nice.
Boom! I'm a musical genius.
Legacy's going to love this for furnace season.
What's not to love with no interest and no Principe payments for 1 year?
Are you always like this?
Yep. Unlike a furnace, I have no filter.
Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
11:49. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, we've got Donovan Paulson, Josh Fenwick, and Sam Wilness with you. Coming up next will be the Lowdown with Low Tide. They'll be joined by Kevin McCurdy. Donovan Paulson will hang around. Sam and Josh will be there too. Talking Oilers, of course. do me a could go both ways. I was going to say everyone should text in about Evan Bouchard, or everyone don't text in about Evan Bouchard and just don't bring it up. Pretend like nothing's wrong. And then on the Gregor Show today from 2 till 6, we will have Mike Rupp joining us. We'll have Bill Bender to talk some NFL, Cam Tate, Yaremchuk, Speck, and Bill Daly will join us. Deputy Commish, the NHL, in the business of sports with Rich Winter. So you won't want to miss that. That'll be at 4 o'clock on the Jason Gregor Show. Darren, who had texted us about his running back, said, I don't love the options either. Thanks for the input, fellas. Well, we tried. Scott says, Jack Ross is more than fast. His edge work is elite. That's why he stands out to me. For all Leon's talk about his defensive play and quest for the Selkie, I'm not seeing it. All his talk? I think I might have heard it once. Guys, Phillips, I keep saying Phillips. Phillips is going to leave, and I guarantee you're going to chew your words like McLeod goes to Buffalo and gets 20 goals. Phillips is, I agree, a fourth-line player, but fourth-line players are just as important, and he should be playing on the penalty kill. He's proven to be a penalty killer, and that gets him minutes. You can do the same with Savoy. They have to play these kids, get the minutes up. Eventually, this thing is going to run out, and you're not going to have a damn player sitting around there anymore. Just guys that you buy like Roslovic that don't work. You got to get the kids that play for $1 million. You're missing the point. Well, I think our point is that we think he has to do more. Unnamed texter. I don't regret the Oilers losing McLeod. They had to clear some space. They took a shot on a young, highly touted player, and Ryan McLeod's playing on a terrible team. Okay. I no ill will towards him, want him to have success, but I don't think there's too many Oilers fans like, I wish we had him. Like he's gone. They've accepted that.
With all due respect to Ryan McLeod, there's very few teams in the NHL, I believe, in which he would be a top 6 forward on, and Buffalo is one of them.
I mean, good. I think he's a fine player.
Fine player,
absolutely. But yeah, he's taking advantage playing on a bad Buffalo team for sure.
He's had a lot. He's getting a lot more minutes in Buffalo than he ever was going to here. And you know what? Ryan McLeod's game here was pretty flawed, to be honest with you. And he was a good defensive player, but
afraid of contact.
He was afraid of contact.
We talked about guys that would just fly by.
He wouldn't go into the corners. Like Ryan McLeod was not a player that I liked in his time here whatsoever. But Ryan McLeod in Buffalo, he's still the same player. It's just he's now getting the more opportunity and he's playing with more talented players. So you're seeing the point totals elevate. It's not a player that I would regret losing still. I think Matt Savoy has the potential to be a substantially more impactful player than Ryan McLeod ever will be. Again, not dumping on Ryan McLeod. Great season last year. But to compare Noah Phillip, I think it's really different. Noah Phillip's 27.
Yeah.
Noah Phillip is Noah Phillip's at the age where every NHL player is basically in their prime. Now, that's not to say he can't become Derek Ryan, who didn't make it to the NHL till he's 29, I think.
Yeah. Went to Europe, yeah.
Went to Europe, came back, came in at 29. That's not to say he can't be Derek Ryan. But to say he's going to become someone like Ryan McLeod when there's zero evidence that there's anything even remotely close to that, I just don't see it.
And like you had to go with Derek Ryan because that's the only example. Like it's so rare. Tomasek, of course, came over now, gave it a go. Derek Ryan at 29 only played 6 games. He was 30 when he actually became a full-time NHLer. It's a unique story.
It's a super unique story. And Noah Phillip, like he looks like a less complete Derek Ryan.
To me, here's the thing. If Noah Phillip doesn't make the NHL, it's not on the Oilers.
No.
It's on himself.
I would agree.
That Ryan McLeod's an NHLer. The Buffalo Sabres needed an NHLer. That's why they moved on from Savoy. They got one. He's an NHL player, I think, for every team in the league. Where he slots in the lineup depends on your squad. But yeah, I can't compare those two.
And Ryan McLeod has a lot of strong facets of his game. He's a really strong defensive player.
Great skater.
Unbelievable. One of the best skaters in the NHL. He's got good hands. Like there's a lot of good facets to Ryan McLeod's game. Noah Phillip not to say there isn't, but it's just he doesn't penalty kill. Like, he doesn't do a lot of the things that Ryan McLeod even did.
It remains to be seen at the NHL level. Not saying you can't, but we got to see it. And then consistently. And it's a tough job. It's tough to play those minutes in the bottom six, but, to play in the NHL, he's going to have to add a few more elements, I think, to the game. And we'll see. We'll see. I'm rooting for him. MTR says McLeod lives on the perimeter. Incredibly frustrating player. And Cat Dad said he's softer than warm butter. Ryan McLeod catching strays. I like him, though. Good dude. That music means we're done. Coming up next, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. And then the Jason Gregor Show. Enjoy those. Check our podcast if you missed anything, wherever you get your podcast from, or on Sports 1440 AM on YouTube. Right now, though, let's get to Sam Willis and a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky online, wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Go check them out. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
5 games in the NHL tonight sees the Mammoth head to Toronto. The Canucks take on the Blackhawks. The Sharks go head-to-head with the Kraken, and the Flames face off against the Blue Jackets, with Nazem Kadri playing his 1,000th NHL game. Oil Kings in action tonight as the Rebels come to town. Puck drop at 7 p.m. And in the AJHL, the Oil Barons head to Olds, and Canmore hosts the Storm. Lots of NBA action tonight as 11 games get underway, with the Sixers and Cavs kicking things off. Pistons hosting the Jazz. The Rockets go head-to-head with the Grizzlies. The Timberwolves face off against the Knicks. Spurs head to L.A. to take on Luka and the Lakers. And the Thunder roll into Portland. The Warriors square off with the Kings. Coming up at the top of the hour, it's the Lowdown with Low Tide here on Sports 1440. And this has been your Sports 1440 update with Sam Wilness.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Michelle and Colette are sisters. Sisters who don't agree on much, especially when it comes to which hockey team is the best.
Edmonton is the best, baby. Vancouver.